Broadcasting live from Denver, Colorado.
Denver, here we come. Smoke some.
It's Sway in the morning on Shade 45.
All right, Denver, make some noise. Yo, we wanted to come out to Denver, Colorado just to give exposure to the world.
Right.
Usually you say we give an exposure to Denver, but I want to give the exposure to the world about Denver. Denver has such a rich history when it comes to hip-hop, and I think more folks should celebrate it and know about it. You know, Northern California, we know the Bay's history. L.A. got a tremendous history. Of course, the Mecca, New York City, where it all began. You know, Houston got an incredible history.
Yeah.
Florida, Southern Florida, incredible history. Detroit, incredible history. I can name a few others. We don't often talk about Denver in this hip-hop history. So I had to bring somebody who's been here, a pillar in the community. He's been holding it down through hip-hop culture, has his own cultural center, Brother Jeff Cultural Center. He's an advocate for AIDS awareness and HIV.
Excellent.
He's a board chair for the Center for African American Health. He does a whole lot. He's a historian. He talks to students. He runs social organizations, and he promotes this culture with the utmost respect. Please welcome Brother Jeff to the stage. Man.
Right on, Sway. Man, first we want to say one thing, that history is being made again right here in our city. Sway is in the building with his crew. Man.
That's what's up, man.
You know, Sway, I want to say one thing about hip-hop, and first to the hyenas.
Okay.
Man, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready, because you
go.
don't know when an opportunity is going to present itself.
Yes.
You know, there are a lot of people who say that they want to be an MC or they want to do things, but you don't know when the opportunity is going to show up. So you don't have time to say, hold up a second, let me go get my notes.
Yeah.
Sway said, okay, line up, 16 bars. Let's hit it, let's go. If you're ready, this is opportunity, and you brought this to the city. We appreciate that.
That's all I love, man. I appreciate you guys in Denver. Man, I was watching clips from Soul of the Rockies.
Yeah, I brought you a copy, man.
This is an incredible film that really highlights Colorado hip-hop and some of the early beginnings. And I learned from it things I didn't even know. You know?
Yeah, man, check out, like, if you look at the back of this you'll notice that big milk truck. Remember when you put the huge sound systems in the milk truck, and you had the huge systems, and it was about who had the biggest sound? That's me back in the day with the Jerry curl.
That's
man.
you with the Jerry curl. You know that's hip-hop.
Hip-hop, man.
Rocking the Jerry curl,
Throwback
the juice
Thursday.
dripping all on the
Man.
speakers. I know. You ruined so many shirts.
Man, and pillows.
Yeah.
And couches.
Yeah, and couches. I already know.
But you know, I can tell you, prior to that truck, I want to tell everybody who may not know how history arrived here.
That's what I want to know.
Hip-hop came to Denver.
Okay.
Now, you know, it was a military town. So there was a place called Laurie Air Force Base. And, you know, you had people from New York that were coming, and we used to all hang in City Park. Remember when City Park used to be just jam-packed? Well, you had soldiers that would come down. There was this one brother, his name was Finesse. And, you know, he used to have the tapes off the radio, WBLS, in a class by itself. Yes. Mr. Magic Rap Attack, and all of that stuff. We used to pick it up off of those tapes, and he was a cold MC from New York. But even prior to that, we had a little rap group, because, you know, it came off of a Rapper's Delight. Everybody had their little crew. But we didn't really understand what was really happening with hip-hop, and people would give us bits and pieces. We'd see little clips. But then one day, this brother, and I want you all to remember this name, his name was the Disco Rat. Disco Rat was from Philadelphia. Philly just celebrated him this summer as a pioneer of hip-hop. He came to town in a big red milk truck. It was painted red. It had a rat on the back, a cartoon rat, and he was on a little turntable. He set up and did a set at a place called East Denver YMCA in the basement. Now, this is the first time I really saw the culmination of what was happening. This brother had a huge sound system. He had a homemade light show. It was just a doorway, had little lights in it, and he had an MC. His MC was named the Get Loose Moose. The Get Loose Moose. Now, Denver had a history of DJs, and of course, as you were DJing, you had to have the gift of gab. You had to talk. Well, Disco Rat didn't talk. He had an MC. All he did was talk with the turntables. And so he was Planet Rock, boom, 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 and Get Loose Moose was like, turn it up, spin it back, come on, bring it up, and everybody was like, whoa, this is bananas, you know? And he was just tearing it up, Disco Rat, and I'll never forget, he played a slow set, right? And at the end of this slow song, he put on the record, you heard it go, boom, it was an explosion. It was like, boom, everybody started running. You know, nobody knew what was going on. And then when everybody started looking around, it said, boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's when the show was a part of hip-hop. It was, and I mean, that was the absolute coming of hip-hop to Denver, Disco Rat with the Get Loose Moose.
What year was, I mean, give him a round of applause for that.
Man.
I didn't know it, and I know a lot of y'all didn't know that. What year was that about?
Oh, man, that had to be, you know, early 80s. I mean, you know, right around when Planet Rock was hitting, you know, because we also brought Africa Bambaataa Soul Sonic Force. They came to a place called the Community House on 28th and Fairfax. And so, you know, you had that tradition. All of this stuff was going on strong. And most people don't know that hip-hop saved and continues to save a lot of lives, because there was a time where there was, you know, violence taking place, and we just took to the dance. We took to the streets. We took to the vocals, you know.
You guys had a big, isn't this interesting, Denver? You okay? And take pride in that. That's a part of your evolution. That's a part of who Denver is. You guys had a big, a really decent B-boy community, too. Lords of Finesse.
Lords of Finesse.
GWT.
I mean, yeah, man.
Yeah. Talk about that, man.
Oh, man. So what you see is that you had individuals, Lords of Finesse, DWT, all of those individuals, that culminated in what was called Break for Summer. And as you know, Denver, Colorado has the largest B-boy breakdance show in the world. There were like 35,000 people right downtown for that show. And so you had this growing of the break dancers, the rappers, then you had the graffiti artists, you had all of that happening. And what's interesting, Sway, it continues right now. This is a long tradition that continues to this day, and you saw it on this stage right here with your show, man.
Absolutely, man. Wow. This movie, you know, how can people get this?
Oh, man, it's hard because, you know, that's like one of those classics. It's like one of those old hits that you had back when people carried crates. Yeah. Like Disco Rat, he had his crate, right? But you never knew what the records were because they would wash the cover, the labels off of them. They would put cut, and, you know, they put the little grooves all in them, so you didn't know what people were playing. Well, now if you have a copy of Souls of the Rockies, you got a classic because you can't really find it anywhere anymore. You know, so we're working to get it online, but Musa put that together, and, you know, big shout-out to him as well.
Man, Brother Jeff, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, man.
Really, real quick, talk about the work you're doing and bringing awareness, health awareness to the community.
Well, you know, your health is your wealth. You got to take care of your temple, you know. And so what we're saying is that what comes in comes out. Be conscious about it because you can't get on this stage if your health ain't good. You know, you got to take care of yourself. So we, you know, try to deal with health disparities. And I want to shout out a couple of people that the world knows from hip-hop that came from this city. A lot of y'all know that song. Remember Whoop, There It Is?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Tag Team?
Yeah, Tag Team.
They grew up right around the corner, you know?
Wow.
They
I didn't know that.
Now, they were from Denver, but we said they were from Atlanta because nobody believed that people were from Denver. Black folks was in Denver. But Tag Team, I know that you guys are hip right now to Trev Rich.
Trev Rich, he's coming by today.
He's doing the thing, Cave of Motivation, a lot of them. Big John Platt, your man,
John
president
Platt,
of Warner Chapel.
Yes.
You know, right here, grew up in
Big
Marbella.
John from
Big
Denver?
John, he's from right here.
Big John from Denver?
Big John is from Denver. He grew up in Montbello, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
He used to come to your house parties?
He used to throw the house parties.
He used to throw the house parties?
Yeah.
Yo,
so,
that's one of the most powerful men in the music business now, from right in Denver.
Let me tell you, me and Big John, you know, real close. We used to work in a warehouse together. And so back in the day, you know, he was DJing as well, and we used to take our little money and order all the top music from New York. So we get the singles. But Big John was one of the first individuals to have a party, but then he'd bring in some of the stars to be, you know, do guest appearances at his party. So, you know, he would bring in individuals like Spinderella, you know, you know, you had a lot of individuals. They would come to his parties. He was huge. And so what he did, he started saying he wanted to promote artists. So he would go out to L.A. and he would promote local artists and individuals, try to get them signed. He eventually signed on and got a job with EMI Records. He called me, said, Brother Jeff, when can you come to California? I said, anytime. The next day, his secretary called and said, when's a good time to fly?
Wow.
And he picked us up. All of those individuals, I mean, he had already signed individuals from Death Row, you know, Brandy. He was doing Bones Thugs. I mean, all of that was when he started blowing up. And then right now with Beyonce and Jay-Z and all that stuff, he's huge.
And he's from Denver.
He's from Denver,
You
Colorado.
would have never known that.
Montbello.
Take pride in that, Denver.
A lot to take pride
Brother
in.
Jeff, thank you, man. I want you to
Thank
hang out,
so
though,
much.
man.
Yeah, no doubt.
How can people reach you directly?
BrotherJeff.com. That's it, BrotherJeff.com or at Brother Jeff. It's that simple. If you want to be in touch, be in touch. It's easy to connect today, and you can make your future with the technology you have right now in your hands. So let's make it happen.
It's an amazing man here.
Nice.
Brother Jeff, man. I appreciate you, man. We're going to keep it local, man.
Absolutely.
I invited a few people to come bless this stage that's from right here.
Yeah.
And some of those people are with us today. So up next, we're going to have a performance by the Reminders, ladies and gentlemen.
Samir.
Sway in the Morning, Shade
Oh,
4
man.
5.
It's Sway in the morning. Only
On Shade 45.
Kilo.